Hello, brothers and sisters in Christ and people of YouTube. It's funny. When you're a kid and you're in the schoolyard, and some kids don't like you, and maybe you have to get in a few fights, or you might not be physical, might be just be verbal, and then you've got your gang stalkers and your bullies, and you go through the process. And for me, I didn't love school because I mainly try to just keep to myself, and I keep my mouth shut most of the time, unless I was in the classroom and I just wanted to point out the teachers were wrong. But other than that, I'd sort of keep to myself, and people just wanted to fight me all the time, and it'd just get draining after a while. And I'd always show mercy. I was like, I'm not there to beat on kids, but they felt intimidated by me because I wasn't intimidated. Like, I never had any fear of them, and it's always because I've had God with me. Like, even when I wasn't serving him, he was just always there, protecting me. And I think that's my family line, because I come from a line of Christians. Like, my grandmother, who was Italian, was a Salvation Army officer, and then my mum later became a Christian, and it just went down the line. And God says he'll bless 4 generations in that instance, But the funny thing is, when you leave school, there's a bit of relief there, because you turn into a young, mature adult, and you'll have trials in the workplace. You'll have some people that'll want to attack you for no reason, but normally you don't have schoolyard tactics. You have 1 or 2 unreasonable people, but then you just clock out of work and you don't have to worry about them again. And if you do get sick of them, you just change your job, and you might find a work that's got none of them. And depending on the culture of the work, and whether the bosses stamp it out, or whether they're oblivious to it, But it's like when you live with a narcissist, you soon figure out that they've been living those schoolyard tactics their whole life. Like, they never graduated past their immature teenage years. Like, they're still, it might even be earlier than that. It might even go as far to say their primary school years. They never just really matured at all, and they go through their life just paranoid and looking over their shoulder and just scared of everyone. So they believe in, like Cobra Kai, strike first, strike hard, no mercy. And that's basically how they behave. And I remember with my narcissist, when we were first going out, one of the first things she said to me when we went to this group that she was in, that one of the people that was there, she hasn't been close to for years, because that person talked shit about her and said bad things about her. So she stepped back and stopped. And she said a bunch of stuff about how this person ruined her reputation. And the favourite thing that they would do when a narcissist is talking is she'll say, so I took a step back and I said, if you got a problem with me, that's fine, no problem. I'll take a step back. You don't want to be my friend, we don't need to be friends. And, make it the other person's fault. And then when she got involved with me, this person started to take an interest in her again as a friend. And it's like she was loving the attention, but at the same time, the person that helped her bridge her relations with these people, she's stabbing in the back. Like, she's loving to gossip on people. And this is how the narcissist goes in circles, because the reason that person would have said something about her was because they saw the signs last time of, the evil things she was doing. And then they haven't seen her for a couple of years, and it's like they've forgotten how evil their person is. So that's how the narcissist works sometimes. They wait a couple of years to hoover someone, and they'll just test the waters. They'll come in real gentle, put in a few nice comments to someone, and if they smile, they know they've got them, and they're back into the scene. But lately I've been noticing that it's just been backfiring for the narcissist. She's saying a lot more, that's fine, if you don't like me, I'll take a step back, you don't want to be my friend, no problem. And I've heard these exact words like last time that happened, and it's like it's perfectly orchestrated. It's like she's practiced this over and over again and just says it to the same people, And one of the other favourite things to say is, oh, I hate lying. I hate the liar. I hate people that say that they're liars. I just hate it. And just continues to yell at someone until they're overwhelmed with noise. And then professes that she's not the liar and they must have got it wrong and they shouldn't talk about her that way. And then goes back to the, so I'm going to take a step back now. You don't want to be my friend? You don't need to be my friend? No problem. But, you got something wrong. And they always put it back into their corner. And it's just schoolyard tactics again. It's like you go talk shit about someone and then people find out and you don't want to get in trouble. Instead of owning up to it and saying, oh yeah, that's me, that's my fault, and apologise and saying, I'm sorry, had a rough day. Pretty easy to do. Even though with a narcissist their intentions are not pure, they wouldn't have had a nasty day. They just get people set because they're just jealous of everyone. And it's like this group of friends, the ones that talk crap about her, were basically found her out, because you can't hang around a party with like 60 people and go from table to table and like expect everyone to shut their mouths and not tell the truth about what she said, because that's how their charm works. They try and make everyone feel like they're the number one friend, and they've got to keep her secret. So when she's talking crap about some other table, it's not directed at them, it's directed at that group. And there's no way that these friends she have don't know what she's up to, like weren't involved in my smear campaign, because the fact is that when you've known someone for like 12 years, you know like the ins and outs of them. And some of her friends have been around that long, but instead of letting on that they know that she's a bad person, they just be overly nice to her, like almost like a way of, if we're really nice to her, shut our mouths and just put on our fake smiles, she'll just go away and leave us alone. And we're kind of enjoying that she's talking shit about someone else, so we'll just join in with her, and then you're complicit and you're just as bad as a narcissist. Whether you are afraid of her thinking, I'm not going to get involved, so I'll just join in on what she's doing. You're being a gang stalker and you're part of the gang, whether you're the head of it or the tail, and you'll be punished just the same as she will be. Especially when the truth comes out. Like, people just think you can put something out there on the internet and just delete it and it's gone. But that's not the way hard drives work. You can delete everything and they can just get it all back. It's never really deleted. It's just like it's removed, but the information's still there, like it's not accessible. But it never goes away. And you can always pull it up. And the internet's even worse. Like, once you put something on there, it never disappears. So those narcissists that are constantly guarding their phone, like, I'll give you an example. My ex has 6 Facebook accounts. She's just got 1 kid, but 6 Facebook accounts. And they're all active, and it's like, how does someone have that many Facebook accounts? Like, weird and unusual things would you be doing with those? And a couple of them are tied to mobile numbers. So what the narcissist will do, they'll have like 2 or 3 phones. In my case, she has 3 phones. And it's like, so she's got 3 that are tied to numbers so that people can't hack into them because, you know, it's got that verification system. And she guards them like it's the Holy Grail. So whatever dirty thing she's doing is on that Facebook, as well as the dating apps. Like, because of the dating app, she can just get on there, she can say what she wants to say, and she doesn't even have to delete the information. She just delete the app and say, oh, see, I've done no wickedness. The same as Proverbs 30, verse 20. And this is how they operate. Like they could be going after all their friends' husbands, and a lot of those husbands probably are banging the narcissist, just because like it's easy for them to do. Like they give her a bit of coin, or they shower her with a gift, or just some good compliments, and then they get a bit of sex on the side, and the narcissist is happy because it's like, well, we got away with that. That woman I don't like, that hater of mine, that we've become friends again, even though we're now supposedly close, she's probably banging that husband, you know, like it's, and that's the sad thing about them. Like I've seen some of the things my ex has gone after, and I'm just like, oh, that's disgusting, you know, like that. I mean, I'm not an oil painting, but compared to me, these things are disgusting. They're just really bottom of the barrel, low hanging fruit. And you know, just recently I wanted to save some money because my ex left me with all these debts, like, and one of them being the mobile phone. Like, she didn't have a problem with me paying for a mobile phone for years and years. She just thought that was fine. So I bought her a phone just before we split, but I put it on finance because I thought, oh, it'll be all right, 3 years, you know. And then it's like, oh, I don't care. That's, you know, that's your problem. And then, like, at the time when I bought it, because I'd just bought myself a Samsung phone, I'd switched from my phone to Samsung. She got all jealous. She's like, what'd you buy me an iPhone for? And I just bought her the most expensive iPhone, like a 16, 512 gigabyte, and she wasn't happy. And I was like, well, you've always had iPhones, you know. But there's a jealousy thing again. Like, they want to be you, so they want to copy everything you do. And then, like, about a month later, she's gone and got herself a Samsung phone with 512 gigabyte, the most expensive one you can get, on a plan. And it's like, are you an idiot? Like, I've already just paid off all her plans and things a few years ago, and now she's just getting herself in heaps of debt. And it's just the stupidity of it all. Like, you already had an iPhone 16, what are you going to do with the other phone? And that's the thing, they do bad things, but they don't want their workmates to see it, so it's on a different phone, so they believe that they can't get caught, you know. So because she'd left me with all this debt, I was like, oh man, I've got 2 SIMs and one of those numbers I don't use anymore, eh? So I went down to the shop to get it sorted out, and basically I said I could cancel the SIM, but I had to do some SIM juggling, like, because the plan was, like, with my number was different from the one the phone was on a plan to. And because of this, yeah, I had to do some SIM juggling. And once I got it all sorted out, the first thing that happened on my phone was I got a weird text message from a guy saying, oh, let's go have some coffee sometime in the Arvo. And I was like, who's this, you know? And then I was checking my messages on my voicemail, but it asked me to set up the voicemail box. I was like, I'm pretty sure I've already done that, but I did it anyway. And then I had all my ex-narcs messages from her voicemail on my phone somehow. even though my number was still the same, somehow it had merged all the information. And I'm pretty sure that was God, just so that he could reveal to me, hey, she's got another one, like another one on the hook. Because the narcissist never gives up on supply. And I feel sorry for those people that are married with a narcissist that's round about them, whether it's in parties, and they feel sorry for inviting them, because the thing is, while you're feeling sorry for them, they're going after your husbands. And, a lot of men are weak, and because they don't have God, they're willing to sacrifice their marriage for temporary pleasure. And if you look on the internet, you see enough stories of people that went for temporary pleasure, and it was so brave, and they lost their marriage because of it. And some of these people going on 20 years, and the narcissist isn't exactly the best looking thing on the street, but she is the most available, the easy access. And when she's love bombing someone, whether it's your married husband or not, they'll think it's such a good deal, but it won't be until they want to try the second or third time when she'll start putting the screws on, going, can you throw some money my way? My ex-husband was really bad to me, and he left me with no money. They'll say all these things so the person will feel sympathetic, and then they'll be checking out you on Facebook. And I didn't know what this guy looked like until I realised, I put two and two together. He'd given his name, and there was a guy that'd been checking me on Facebook for ages that I didn't know with the same name. And he was old and butt ugly, and I was just like, wow, it's not coincidences. I don't believe in them. Facebook generally shows you people that have been looking at your profiles. They're the first people that show up. It's just how the algorithm works. And that's how desperate these unraveling narcissists get, because they can't get anyone young anymore because they're old. And if they do get someone young, it's someone that's got an STD or that has banged a lot of women and's going to be harmful for their health and not going to stick around either, and it's just using them. But they've used so many people, it's almost like poetic justice. And another thing they'll do is they'll get a gym membership. They'll wear like designer fashion gym clothes, and they'll come in with their hair perfectly set, not a hair out of place, which is kind of really goes against being in the gym, because if that's the most important thing you're worried about, you're not worried about working out. And like one of the gyms in town is full of these vain people that just look at themselves and are on their phones. And the narcissist is just another one of them. They go on, they'll get on the treadmill because they don't actually want to do any actual exercise. And then they'll just be waiting on guys to say good day to them. And when they do, they'll be fishing for their numbers. And once they got a couple, they will stop going to the gym again. Like they're really only there for hookups. Just like everywhere else, like it's really sad because they waste a lot of money in that way too, because when they're on all the dating sites, like they're not free. You got to pay for them, and they're on all of them, plus they're paying for a gym membership just for temporary satisfaction. Sometimes the actual act of asking a woman out or trying to get their number at a place like the gym it brings so much anxiety that a guy's not really looking properly at the physical or even the if this person is a good person. They're not looking for the right things. They just see the nice clothes and they think, I'll see if she's interested. And it's not till later, after they've done the deed, this easy person, that they start to look around and think, she's broke, busted and disgusted. She's got a broken back. she's a backwards walking giraffe. This are the things they think about afterwards. And then they're like, man, I really don't want to call this thing again. And that's when the aging narcissist starts getting their karma back, because they don't look pretty like they used to. Their body's all out of shape, and they won't put in the work to do it. And even if they do, even if she did go and do a legitimate exercise, then she'll come home and she'll overeat. They'll just eat so much food that it will just be counterproductive. And let's face it, with the amount of oil they cook with, it's like their health's just on the decline. Anyway, I hope this gives you some insight into those crazy cats with the broken backs, and that you avoid them at all costs. You know, there's plenty of fish in the sea, and you want to go for the good catch, not the blowy fish. Yeah, God bless all of you. Remember, Jesus loves you, I love you, and have a blessed day in Jesus' name.